All right, I have made it to Brisbane, Australia. I'm actually staying a little south in the Gold Coast. And when I started this channel, I made a commitment to myself that I was going to put out a long form video every week. And I've done really good to get it, prepared every week, have something, typically an interview or an adventure that I've gone on. And just getting ready for this trip has been wild. And so I'm shooting this today because I've committed to myself that I wanted to have a video out. And so it's going to be a single cut. I don't care if I mess up. I am just going to put it up and you might watch it, you might not. I don't know. But it made me start to think my race is tomorrow. I'm running the 100K Guzzler in Brisbane, Australia. And I've been thinking about the difference between professional athletes, done a lot of interviews with professional trail runners recently. And that's awesome. They get sponsorships, they get paid. And but why does everyone else run? And I'm talking about any race. Like if you think about 5K, 10K, half marathon, up to the backyard ultra, why does anybody do that? There's only going to be very few winners. And I was talking to my friend today, and we were having this discussion about how there's got to be something inherent in our just nature that drives us to want to accomplish that. There's something in the feeling that we want to achieve finishing a race. And for everybody, that's different because I'm going to do 105K tomorrow with 5,000 meters of vert. A lot of people wonder, well, why would you even do it? In fact, my kids ask me, why do you even do it? And I told them this the other day, and it really had an impact, is I'm not doing it for anybody else, but I'm doing it for me. What I learned about myself during that time and in the build up and the training and for the accomplishment and feeling of when I'm done. And I think that's the same in life. Like, why do we do anything? Um, in January, I started full time in this Mean Grit channel with great aspirations that I was going to, in 6 months, be making, $10,000 a month, $20,000 a month, sponsorships. And obviously, it takes so much more time than that. And it may never even get to that point. I don't know. And I'm wondering why. Like, why do we want to express ourselves, whether through art or music or speaking into a camera? Like, why do we, again, what is there's something innate in our human being that wants us to share our stories and the story of other people? And and so I hope I accomplish that. I think sometimes I have a lot of self-doubt and a lot of question and regret. Like, should have should I? Should I have left my job? Like, should I have left corporate America to go and start something on my own, let alone a YouTube channel? Most people, they do it for years. Mr. Beast, he did YouTube for 13 years before he became what he is today. And I was hoping that in 6 months, I could do something similar. I mean, even just a fraction, I'd be happy with. And I think I've learned a lot of lessons. I think I've made a lot of mistakes, and that's okay. I'm excited to kind of transition into a new era. I've seen those memes where it's like the content creator is showing what they make each month, and it's like January $0, February $150, and so on as it builds up. And I saw one today that just resonated all too well. It was like January 0, February 0, March 0, all the way down to July 0. And that's where I'm at. That's the reality is that I haven't made any money in the 7 months that I've been doing this. But I've learned a lot and I have enjoyed it. And so it's finding that happy balance between doing something that you enjoy, being able to add value to society, and also to be able to provide for your essential needs. Like, I've got a family. I've got a wife and 5 kids, and I've got to take care of them and do what I can to provide for their needs. And so when I'm not doing that, there's an added pressure. And so I think it's so important that we identify what is it that accomplishes all of those things. And I'm convinced, I mean, that was the purpose of me starting this channel was that everybody, even if you're just the average person, you have the potential and opportunity to do something great. Like you have a gift, at least, some talent that differentiates you from everybody else. And being able to identify and tap into that is what I personally am trying to figure out. I know that I love making videos, it's fun. I don't know if people like watching it. I don't know, they say that the algorithm is really just viewers. If if people really enjoyed the content or were entertained or inspired, then it would reach more people. So I know that I've got to make changes in the content that I'm creating. I know that I have to provide for my family's needs. So I'm excited for this next chapter in this journey to start introducing some new concepts, some new ideas, um, probably some less interviews. That takes a lot of time to set those up and arrange schedules and different things, but more practical information, side hustles, and things like that. So I'm excited. Yeah, tomorrow will be a big adventure. Race starts at 6:30. I'm about an hour south, and so I'm gonna have to get up early, get there, and I've never ran on these trails. Today we went kind of in similar terrain and saw some kangaroos, saw some koalas, which was so awesome. But I don't know what to expect, and that in itself is a wild adventure. So I'll let you know how the race turns out. Thank you for watching. I really do appreciate it. Please, like and subscribe. Stay tuned. There's more to come. Because here's what I realized. I've had a handful. Literally, I could count them on my two hands. The number of people who have said to me, "Hey, I love what you're doing. Keep going. Don't quit." And I hadn't mentioned anything to them about this fear that I have of, hey, I'm not making any money, savings are drying up, and I've got to start doing something different. And I've thought, well, I've got to quit and go back and get a job. But just those handful of people who have said, hey, I love what you're doing. I love your content. Don't quit, has inspired me that I just have to make some adjustments. Like I'm not going to quit, but I'm also not going to keep doing the exact same thing or and get the exact same results. So come along for the ride. Just an average guy doing his best to go out and just do something different. I was tired of making money for other people, and so I here I am. Quit my job, an executive job, to start a YouTube channel. Sounds a lot like a midlife crisis. But anyways, thanks for watching. Thanks for indulging me on this video that I just felt like I had to get out. Even if it's just my mom, and her friends that watch it, fine, happy. But I've got that commitment to myself that I am going to put out a longer form video every week. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.